So we're in the first lap of the men 15K elimination, and well, a huge crowd there.
Huge crowd, big race.
Big race. Who are the favorites here? What do you think?
Well, Peter Michael was last year's champion, so he's obviously up there. Bart Swings, Koreans. This is one of those races you win with a teammate. Usually, guy with the strongest teammate, as Scott last year was working hard. It can be won alone, but it's a lot easier to win with a teammate. So you got to look out at all the teams that have two strong guys. The French guys look good together. The Koreans.
Who are the favorites for you, Scotty?
Yeah, like Chick said, it's Pete's the defending champion. Big crash. Bart Swings just went down in a big crash.
Oh, that's a pity. He was one of the favorites for sure.
Yeah. So we talk about favorites. There's no bigger favorite than Bart. But he won't panic. He'll get back there.
And Ferrer went down too, actually. And Harry Vogel from USA went down too. So, yeah, that's a hard one. So, Korea up front, and then France has two strong guys. So, and Bart is coming back. But for Ferry, it will be hard to come back.
It all depends how many free laps until the first elimination. All the guys are just positioning themselves. The pace won't be super on.
So I think actually normally before the crash, one of the favorites for me would be also like Bart, but I also go for Fabio. Fabio looked really strong, and he's a home crowd. You know, he knows the track well. So he's, one of the favorites for sure too, with a strong, Italian team. French team strong.
And then you've got the French in there. You've got Alexis Contant coming back after 4 years. He's basically an ice skater now, but he grew up on inlines, and he always says inline skating's more fun. So he's back here at the Worlds. I mean, it's wrong to say that he's here for training, because he ultimately still wants to win, but he's definitely still a force to be reckoned with on the inlines.
And he actually looked really good in training. He looks really, everybody said he looks more in shape than ever, skinny and strong and well trained. So he could be a big surprise here too, in the French team. So, but all the favorites lined up basically on the front. We have Korea, then we have France, and then we have Pete Michael there, and then Italy.
And Bart's up after the fall, and he's going to jump right back towards the front to try to stay out of all the mayhem in the middle.
And you've got Colombia in there, but strangely for Colombia, they're out without Jorge Cifuentes. I mean, he was the world champion in this distance in 2010, and he was bronze last year. For one reason or another, he didn't make the team this year, and so, I mean, Carlos Perez and Oscar Cobo are still very good skaters, but without Sifu, it's, I don't want to speak too soon, but without Sifu, it might be a little more difficult for them.
Actually, I think in the heats, like Cobo looked really strong. I feel, but there was not a super high pace, but he looked strong to me. So we have to see how the Colombians do here. So first elimination, and Ferris back there, two in the ground.
Up around the outside. He's just trying to find his position again, where the Italians have moved up nicely there. That's a huge miss. Anything further back in about 5th or 6th position, and it's just a fight.
And for Germany, we have in Felix and Pascal. So they are hanging there in the middle, basically. So where a lot of things going on. So it's like really you have to watch out, where you're stepping, and not fall down and touch anybody else and cause a big slam of a lot of people.
And the French it seems to be France versus Korea for the fight for the front right now.
Another strong guy always for points race is Ecuador.
Yeah, Jorge Bolaños. Again, he's one of those guys that struggles a little bit because he's alone. It's increased even more and more over the years, the need for a teammate. So there's only a handful of guys like Bart Swings or another big crash, huge crash on the top corner. This one's a little more serious. Colombian down, German down,
Colombia down, USA down.
Harry Vogel. Harry Vogel's actually a world champion from this race way back in 2001. So it's good to see him back at the top level.
Colombia's out.
Colombia,
Chile.
Chile. So it's like, you know, they will all have a hard time coming back because now the pace is also much higher than before. So that's just all.
Yeah, it's definitely.
The first elimination at 3 laps to go.
So yeah, it's kind of.
That was probably in that position which I was describing, probably sitting further back than about 6th. It was just probably a big fight. One guy leans on another guy, and it's game over.
Yeah. So that's actually, you know, but all the guys are up and skating well, so it's like, you know, no big injury actually for the guys who fell down. So that's a good news. And Italy actually moved up to first place.
Fabio's just decided, oh, I better get on the front, just to calm things down a little bit. That's the last thing he needs is a crash.
Yeah. So now we have more people alone. Felix is now alone as Pascal is out through the fall, through the crash. And yeah, USA is not so lucky day for USA right now.
Yeah, we had 3 crashes in this race so far, and both our guys are out. So
yeah, too bad for USA. Not a good start for the senior man here.
Korea takes the front up again. I mean, they're super strong always, but maybe without guys like Nam Yu Jong, they're a little down in the long distance this year.
Ferrer is still in there with the team, so he's not eliminated yet. He came back, but he's obviously a little bit hurt. And Bart is still sitting back there. Actually, now he's moving up to the front.
He probably just took a few laps breather just to compose himself.
So it's very, very close in the corners with 2-3 lines, sometimes, you know, in one corner. And now Felix actually makes a strong push to the front, trying to go up front and not, you know, getting into 5. So yeah, that's a big fight, and we have China now dropping back. What do you think? Anything changed now for the favorites? Still the same?
It'll be interesting to see how that fall's affected Bart. He's pretty tough, Bart, but anytime you crash, it's never good. So it's still Pete Michael and Fabio Francolini are looking good, but I see Bart and Ferry have found each other. So, and Bart just moves back up again. And watch out for his wingman Ferry just to make some space for him.
Yeah, that's a tough race, and it's actually going fast right now. Korea moved up. France taking, you know, really good control, and Pete always sits behind, you know, France, behind you in a good spot, I guess, and then it's Italy. Those probably, you know, these teams are the strongest right now, and it's good for Pete to find a place, you know, just in between and not getting attacked too much.
He's lucky. He's super light on his feet, and he'll just survive, and he won't do more than he has to.
He's good in the group too.
Yeah, he moves very well, moves very quick. So he won't get bashed around, and if anyone bashes him, he'll bash them back. It seems like we've got some sort of order now, just sort of a little bit of a calm.
Right, you know, the speed is up, so, you know, it's all like more like a line. And so it's fast.
It looks like everyone's basically said, the Koreans have said, we're going to take over and we're leading this race. So the guys are falling in right now. At least for the next little bit, they're going to stay behind. I'm sure before too long, the French are going to try and move back to the front, because this race is always run from the front.
At the next passage, the bell, and then after
we still have, like, on the back a little bit Paxi from Spain, who's always pretty strong in long distance.
Yeah, Paxi's more of a points racer. He's maybe not so good in the group, but he's super fit and super strong. So tomorrow night he'll come in the points race.
And now the first elimination at the passage. Elimination.
Yeah, you can actually see the inside line is the line of favorites. They've lined up, and it's very hard to break into that.
Cuba, number 38, Cuba.
Cuba eliminated.
Bart's probably just doing what Fabio did a few laps earlier. He just wants to calm things down and just sort of get into his rhythm, find his rhythm, and just basically chill things out.
Yeah. He's now, he finds himself between like two Korean girls, like right now, and France moves up again. And Paxi is there too now, went from all the rear to all the front. Now Ferry, it looks probably, could be close for Ferry, and there's
Another crash.
Another crash.
Eliminated.
So Austria.
Tristan Ulrich from Austria. And Indra's Carlos Perez looks like he's going to be the next one out. He was involved in that earlier crash, so he's obviously maybe a little bit injured from that.
So it's getting less and less people here on the track. So.
And we still have Koreans and the French going, establishing they're both the teammates and they're set up in the front. And they look the most comfortable right now.
Yeah. So
Pete's just moving up. Pete just wants to find his position. But Alexi's got that third position locked down just for his teammate Owen. Not actually sure who the leader is. They'll probably decide it amongst themselves on the track.
Right, you will see whoever's the strong guys at the end, will go for it. So Korea, France, Italy still looking really, really strong.
And Felix is just starting to pick people off from the back. The guys don't know that there's one skater off the back, so that's why they were fighting so hard for that elimination. And now the elimination's back on the group from now.
Yeah, Paxi's at the end, but he will move up for sure, and he will, go from behind, and will try not to get eliminated in the next one.
Now 35 laps to go and elimination.
Now Felix has to watch out.
Yeah, he's got to move. Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, Felix is not the smallest guy. And there's some guys, they get positioned by skating, and there's some guys that get positioned by their size. And Felix is the later.
Yeah, he needs to move up and go a little bit more to the front, but he's doing a good race here in the group, which is really, really tough and really, really fast. And Korea still on control in the front. Going really, really strong, I guess almost like they want to do the same like, New Zealand did last year, try to control really from the front and not, do anything wrong.
These eliminations now are getting super, super tight.
Yeah, you cannot make a call, really, who's out.
Where it's getting tough is the guys are coming off the hump off the corner, and they're carrying so much momentum down the straight line that they're all bunching up into the finish line. So, I mean, that's why we're seeing so much bunching around the finish line.
We have Holland still in there with Sjoerd Huisman, who's also a strong ice skater, and he's also came back, from injury and from, not feeling so good, but he looks quite strong there right now, again out there.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, we're seeing it a lot with the moving, and all the elimination is who can move the best and who's got the fastest lap at the end with the most energy.
Yeah.
Bart is getting beat up out there. I'm almost curious why he's just not trying to say, I'm going to go to the front and control as much fight as he's doing, as he's ended up having to do out there.
There's a lot of grabbing there, really, a lot of pushing and fighting for the space, and wow, they're even hawking in the inside the group.
I mean, I know from personal experience, Bart's favorite race is actually tomorrow, the points race. So he'll be. Don't get me wrong, he still wants to win tonight. But the points race tomorrow, he's been twice world champion in that distance.
Yeah.
So that's.
And Argentina disqualified. So there was a lot of grabbing going on inside the race.
Felix just takes up the front now.
It's a good move from Felix, really strong. And that was a really good move, getting out of trouble. And he's checking, hoping for some, good speed.
Oh, there's a huge fight right now for Bart's wheel. Huge fight.
Yeah. Normally there would be Ferry behind Bart sitting in and keeping his back free, but right now, you know, they're fighting and fighting.
Seems like the Italians have decided who their favorite is.
Yeah, Italy lining up behind Bart and Bart behind Peter Michael and Peter Michael behind France. This is how it goes, and then Korea and Felix up front. So,
now the Italians move forward, so it'll be interesting to see how long until Bart moves forward too.
And Felix is giving it everything. You know, he pushes really hard as a strong guy here on the track. You know, he's getting some respect there, really.
Elimination.
He's just getting in the group. If he holds that wheel. I mean, Felix is arguably going to be better on the road too.
Really. Now it will be hard for him to stay inside the pack and not falling all to the end. So, 22 laps to go, and we have France.
We're in the final third now.
Yeah, France moving up. Peter Michael there still. And now we have Schut Hausmann on the back.
Still Korea. I mean, I'm actually surprised with their strength and how well they're working together. And like we said with these sprinters, just to make the Korean team, you have to be very good.
And this year Nam is not there, and Nam is already, you know, he took some medals at the Worlds in the long distance.
Yeah, I mean, Nam's been world champion in the elimination, so he's not here this year.
51 eliminated.
Well, now it's Felix, but he did a really good race. And so see who's next. You know,
France taking over the lead, and the Koreans are split up in the back.
Yeah, France is up there with Alexei leading out, so it seems like, you know, the race will be for Ewan.
And it seems like the race is for Ewan tonight.
Elimination.
So
87.
we have France up there,
And second warning for number 2.
and Korea coming back to first spot, and still there we have Argentina in there. We have Jose Bolaños in there from Ecuador. And Fabio looking really good right now. He's not looking tired at all.
Yeah, Fabio's super smooth.
Yeah, so I think, you know, this could be a good race for Fabio. He's for sure one of the main favorites, and still a strong teammate there. So Italy and France looking really strong.
It's number 2.
Just moving up. He's using his energy wisely. Like I said, going into those last few laps with the most energy is normally the guy that wins.
Elimination now.
But he's looking good and looking smooth. But
Yeah, it's gonna be a tight one again.
40.
So Kobo still in there from Colombia.
Jorge Bolaños.
Yeah, Bolaños is out.
He'll definitely be in the mix tomorrow night in the points race.
Yeah, it's probably his stronger race, the points race. But Bart is up last right now, so he needs to move up a little bit. And
Yeah, it's a lot of moving on this track.
China Taipei, we have Simon in there still too.
Yeah,
So-
Simon in there.
Oh, there was a lot of grabbing.
A lot more moving than
It
normal on a
didn't look too
parabolic
good
track.
for Ewan right now.
46 eliminated.
That's a surprise. He just obviously got caught out at the wrong moment, and it's race over.
Yeah, he's in top shape. He looks one of the fittest out there. So now, actually, you know, the race is, you know, Alexei has to race it as his own race.
Bart looks very good.
Elimination.
Bart,
The
Korean is there, and Simon was still there in from Taiwan.
Pete's still in there. Pete's got a very, very fast lap on him. Very, very fast.
Pete is fast. You know, now we are really getting down to the favorites. Italy still with 2, looking really strong. You know.
Yeah, I mean, Italy's the only country with 2 left.
Yeah, this is really,
We're in the
strong.
single digits now.
Yeah. So now it's like really it's almost 1-1, and Italy looking really, really strong as a team. Fabio having a clear back, and it's gonna be fast and bad in the end.
8 to go.
8 to go. What do you say?
It looks like the Koreans used up a lot of energy. It looks like he's about to be eliminated.
Yeah.
Taking the front. He'll probably just try and pick it up and just sit there. Use the other guys to push him.
Yeah. Bart is still in there, Fabio for sure. So now it's like really, you know,
number 27.
it's still down to the favorite. Bart, Fabio, and Pete, and Alexei looking strong, but he did some lead out, so probably he's a little bit more tired than the other guys.
Alexi's probably lost a little bit of the sting in his legs, but everyone's tired. Everyone's tired right now.
Yeah, and it's going faster and faster. And Pete going really well from the front. And Bart has to watch out not to get eliminated because Korea's coming from the back. Korea coming from the back. Bart moved in.
Alexis looks real strong, sitting in second now. Fabio in third.
Hey, there's a lot of grabbing
A
going
lot of
on.
grabbing right now. Everyone fighting for every little spot.
4 laps to go.
The last elimination now. The
Yeah.
last elimination.
So Bart has to move up not to get eliminated.
Last
And he has to go on the front.
Last elimination now.
elimination, last one.
That's Korea.
It's Korea, and it's going to be faster and faster. So Peter's up there. So Bart is going from the front. Bart is in the front, Pete behind him, and then Fabio. And Fabio attacking. Fabio taking second spot. 2 laps to go. And there we have Alexis moving up too. And there goes Fabio. Fabio passing. He's really looking really good. And Bart looking a little bit tired. And Fabio looking really, really strong there. Bart is coming back, but it's all about Italy. And it's unbelievable. And Pete versus Bart. So it's Pete, maybe he can win. Pete gonna win again.
Pete does it again.
Pete does again, 2 years in a row
Very impressive.
without a teammate.
It's gone very quiet here for Italy. Very quiet.
That was a big surprise, and Fabio looking really strong, and Bart not being able to catch
I mean,
him.
that was a good race for Bart to still finish on the podium after a fall.
This was a big surprise for New Zealand, and
I mean,
Boom.
very, very good race from Pete.